that's what's fucking weird about politics to me. Is like there's so much clear grandstanding and move making and PR doing and all this placating and performing by politicians. Yet we live in a society that's like, if you tell them you watch wrestling, they're like, you know, that's just fake, right? It's like, yeah, I know it's fake. To me, it's entertaining. And again, like, you know, just to nerd out, I don't mean it's fake like they're not taking real bumps. I know that they need to be physically in shape. I give that respect like some people do not. When I say fake, and I hope they have respect even in being a cunt, but if they don't, I'm arguing on the means of fake mean predetermined. Undertaker doesn't hate. I actually don't really watch wrestling currently. So I knew as soon as I said Undertaker, even though he's still in the company, he's not like officially retired. I know some people were like, this guy hasn't watched wrestling since like 2004. Maybe. But I watched it enough when I did, and I'll still check into pay-per-views occasionally and still have friends that tell me what's going on to make enough to make this analogy. And so, but yeah, I know the Undertaker doesn't hate Brock Lesnar. I know that Brock Lesnar didn't really fucking drop him on his neck and dislocate his shoulder or whatever. Like, I know that's part of the storyline. I know that his character, like, he's not really, I don't know, whatever his character is supposed to be, a dead guy that came back to, you know who, I don't know. But whatever, I know he's not from Death Valley. He's probably from fucking Alabama. You know, like, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, but it's like, the amount that people will try to, like, call you out on that, like immediately. And I don't mean that to say like people are dicks about wrestling. That's obviously not the point. The point is, when people want to be, they're like, they're so in tune. They're like, wrestling fake. Those guys don't really hate each other. The match winners are predetermined. It's all a show, blah. But then if you're like, then if you see some politician who's been doing it 20 fucking years plus, he depends on you liking him, you know, for fucking votes for his job, for his livelihood. He needs you to like him. It's fucking all right there like that. Yet, if someone makes like an impassioned speech, you know, people sit there and genuinely just go like, that guy cares about me. That guy gets it. And it doesn't matter. Left, right, conservative, liberal, you know, rural voter, fucking big city voter. There's people just by the fucking truckload that's like, And I just want to be that cunty wrestling guy who's like, you know, it's all fake, right? You know, he doesn't give a shit about it. He's a millionaire. He doesn't care about your fucking job. He just needs your fucking vote. Yeah, they don't give a shit. He can't get a salary plus all his fucking kickback money for legislation, plus when he retires, he can't get his $300,000 a pop speech deals. He can't get that if he doesn't stay in fucking Congress for 20 years. And to do that, he needs you to like him 10 times. You know what I mean? That's why he's doing it. You don't you get that? It's real to me, damn it. Like, where's that guy? That guy should be, instead of like about wrestling, that's not really even like that shouldn't be a wrestling thing. That should be like a guy on Meet the Press. That should be like Ken Bone. That should be like your average American voter. Like, that's what there should be a debate clip of that, like there was at that wrestling Q&A. There should be some guy at the next debate, the next presidential debate in 4 years, that stands up and goes like, "Hi, I'm from West Virginia. I'm a coal miner, and I know that people say you don't care about our jobs, and you are just saying that you want to make the coal industry big again because you want our vote. But you know what? Those people can say that about you guys, but you know what? voting. It's still real to me, damn it. And I would laugh at that just as hard as the wrestling guy. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That clip where it's the guy at the wrestling like Q&A, and he said he's like an older dude, like a too old to be feeling that way. Like he gets really emotional while he's saying it too. Like too old to like fucking be saying that shit. But he's talking about wrestling. It's still real to me, damn it. Talking about people saying that wrestling's fake. I just want like that should be the next Ken Bone debate figure. Because those are the worst. The people at the third debate, the town hall debate, they're at the town hall debate. They probably had to. They probably don't pay for tickets, but there's probably some sort of screening, sitting in a lobby for hours, major process to get into one of those fucking things. And also, most of these people are saying like, I'm undecided. We've had 24-hour news coverage in 2 debates, but I don't know. Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. It's a real toss-up. Which one am I closer to? I mean, these are the kind of rubes you have at the third fucking debate. I mean, these are the guys. These are the, like I said, if we're keeping the wrestling analogy going, these are the guys with 12 fucking poster board signs because they went on to their, their website, their Wrestling Insider website. They got the fucking ahead of time sneak peek of who was going to be on Raw at the live event they were going to. And they're like, all right, these are the matches. I got the printout. So we got 12 signs, one for each wrestler. There's going to be like a surprise guest. I don't think anyone knows. So I got a sign about him. And so we're going to get on camera, dude, like, because we got all the signs for all the people coming out at the show tonight, plus that secret guest. They're going to be looking. Not a lot of people know that guest is coming. So we're going to hold up that sign. We're going to get on camera, all right? Like that guy, the guy that paid $500 to be in the front row, he's dressed up like Hulk Hogan, He's the one. Like, the political equivalent of that is is literally anyone at the town hall. The town hall is all lower bowl wrestling fans at the arena. That's why it's only one level. Because they couldn't fill up a second level. Because the people that would be okay sitting second level at the town hall debate would be like, yeah, I'm just not going to go to the debate. I already know who I'm voting for. / I realize that this system is a fraud and I will be staying home on Tuesday. All right, thank you. Yeah, no, not even if it's free. Not even if you're letting me in right now. I don't care if there's free booze. I won't do it. So that's what I mean. There's got to be one debate soon. I know people don't trust the political system. They say our votes don't matter. Russian interference, lobbyists, voting in the interests of banks and pharmaceutical companies. But I tell you what, people died for this right, and it's still real to me, damn it. It's still real to me, damn. Yeah, it's not. It's not. And I just think that's kind of what's funny is, like, there's been all this press about Cory Booker fucking talking at the Jeff Sessions hearing. Oh, Jeff Sessions. The funny thing about Jeff Sessions is what's he going for? U.S. attorney, right? And I hope that's right. I'm not looking that up. I wasn't going to look up if it's timber or timbre. You think I'm going to look that up? What kind of podcast do you think I'm running here? But, you know what I mean? It's like, the funny thing about Jeff Sessions is he was turned down for a federal judgeship in 1986 for being fucking racist. That's fucking how crazy shit has gotten. Like, whatever you think of, like, Trump and his appointees and all this shit, I mean, there's just some things where you got to be like, dude, I don't care if you like him. Isn't this shit? I don't even want to, like, fight you. I'm not trying to be, like combative. But, so, like, let's not use combative. Can we agree that this shit is silly? That this is some real goofy-ass shit going on right now? Like, because he's essentially, I know it's, like, getting because I mean it's the same thing. Like he was appointed. It was Reagan, right, that appointed him as a judge. So it's the same thing. He was appointed by a president to do a thing and had to go before a panel. I don't know if the process is totally different for his position versus a judgeship, but I mean, we'll agree it's a similar process. A president says you do the job, you just got to pass this last interview, and then they interview you. And in that interview in 1986, they're like, Jeff Sessions, you're too fucking racist to be making decisions at this level. You can make Alabama decisions, but you can't. You can be that racist for Alabama decisions. It's expected, but not for U.S. decisions. Alabama's where he's from, right? Again, not looking it up. But anyways, someone is screaming at their fucking radio right now. It's Arkansas! And it's U.S. something else that... Maybe I got both of them right. Maybe it is U.S. Attorney, and it is Alabama, and no one's yelling. Believe in yourself, me. All right, good pep talk. But you know how they always talk about, like I'll say it. I love Antiques Roadshow. I fucking love it. I got the PBS app on my Roku. I watch it all the fucking time. It's great. But you know how they'll talk about something like, how much did you pay for it? And they'll be like, oh, I paid, well, my mom got it. And she paid $200 for it, and that would have been in 1948. And they always talk about 2016 or whatever year it is, 2017 it is now, shit. But it doesn't matter the year, but they talk about that year dollars. So they'll be like, oh, $200 in 1948, that was a lot of money back in. That'd be about, $15,000 in 2017 dollars, So I just think like that's what's funny to me about Jeff Sessions is that he was too racist in 1986. So instead of like 2016 or 2017 dollars, it's almost like 2017 racism. Like that's what like, oh, Jeff Sessions, he was too racist to be a judge in 1986. Oh, he'd be damn near Dylan Roof in 2017 racism. I think that shit's funny. Like, that's how racism, there's an inflation on it. If you're too racist in 1986, you shouldn't be allowed to be not too racist fucking 30 years later. A, you're getting older, which just by default, no matter how liberal you are, you're getting more racist the older you get. I don't care who the fuck you are. You are. Even if you're like, hey, I'm 80 and I'm not racist, that's fine. You may not be racist, but you're more racist than you were. You're just maybe not totally racist, but you're more racist. It's a comparative thing. It's a relative statement. So you are more racist 80-year-old, I guarantee. Doesn't mean you're a racist, just means you're more. So this guy, so there's no way Jeff Sessions isn't more racist 30 years later because he's older. He's 30 years older. And like I said, the bar for racism has lowered. So it's essentially pulling from both ends. He's technically double as racist because it's time plus age equals race. He's more racist doubly than he was in 1986. And he's about to be making decisions for things. But Cory fucking Booker. Cory Booker T. Keep the wrestling motif. Jeff Jarrett Sessions. And then Cory Booker T comes in. All right, let me tell you something. Sucker. But Cory Booker T came in and fucking, I don't know. I didn't even watch it because I'm about to get into how much I could give a shit less what he said. So I didn't watch it, but I know, just headline-wise, Cory Booker, strong stance against Jeff Sessions. Unprecedented for a senator against a senator. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, how, like, as soon as this shit happened, it was like, 2020, Cory Booker. Is he the next Obama? Racist, guys. That's a fucking racist thing. Why not just the next Democratic superstar? Anyways, I saw that shit. I'm like, that's a little, calm down. It's like disrespectful for a lot of reasons. It's a racial thing, but then also dude, let Obama be his own fucking guy. Just any guy that does some goofy shit and happens to be youngish and blackish gets to be like, I'm the next. calm down. 2020 court, and it's like when you start seeing those headlines, it's like, why does he get to be that when you know that's why he did that? Shouldn't that kind of circular logic in itself kind of make you think twice about your assumptions about what that person is? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, Cory Booker, new front runner, new face of the Democratic Party, 2020 could be a Booker ticket. Like, that's the press he's getting. So why does he deserve that press? Because you know the only reason he did it was for that press. And to get that press, you should have to be genuine, which he's clearly not. Because the point is like, I can tell, like I said, it's just like, use your logic, right? That same logic that's like, dude, you can't get hit in the head with a chair if that person's not doing it in a way to protect you and you're not given a chance to protect yourself and all this kind of shit. You can't take shots to the head with a chair and fucking survive. Although, I mean, there is CTE, so I'm not saying it's totally safe. But you know what? Like, anything. Like, if you did the moves that they did in a wrestling ring, again, like I said, I'm not one of those guys that it's fake, it doesn't even hurt, they're landing on fucking mats and it's all cushy and springy. Like, I get it. I'm not saying it's not physical. I'm not saying it doesn't cause pain. I'm just saying, like, literally, if you like German suplex someone, if you threw someone, if you grabbed them behind their back and threw them over your back onto their neck, and they weren't like, and you didn't like position them away so they could like flatten their back, and you didn't land in a way so you flattened your back, and all that shit. Like, I mean, you see, like, they do throws, like those wrestling moves are based on real wrestling throws, just a very exaggerated, form. You see people take like throws like that. Like, you could find, like, you could Google now YouTube throw knockout compilation. I just fucking watched one because that's what when I said I was busy this week, that's what I was mostly doing, is watching those videos now. But you know what I mean? Like, you can see those guys take those type of throws and just get knocked out. Like, their hand lands on the mat and they just get knocked out, like unconscious, like fight's over. And you have people taking moves from that same move from like a top rope 20 times a match. You know what I mean? And they're not fucking, they're not speaking through a computer like Stephen Hawking the next day. The next day, maybe they got like a kayfabe neck brace on. Maybe it's a real neck brace. Maybe it was a tough match. Like I said, I'm not saying it's fake like nada. I'm just saying it's predetermined. Like, they're not trying to hurt each other. And so you get that. Like, if you're smart, you're like, oh, well, they're putting on a show. So that's okay for me to sit back and enjoy the show. But when I step into reality, I know it's a show. And that's the same thing. Like, if you want to see Jeff Sessions get reamed, if you enjoy political theater, I understand people can like politics. But the point is, people don't like politics the way they like wrestling. People like politics and then think it matters. They're all, it's real to me, damn it, people that like it. It's all them. Plus, and then not only are they those guys, they're the idiot that, once every 6 months, like, runs in the ring and tries to take someone out. Except they're all fucking that. They're all fucking that. That's why they're all asking questions at the press, at the fucking town halls. They're all answering polls when someone calls them. Like, they think they matter. It's fucking crazy. So that's my whole thing. You don't like Jeff Sessions. You think he's a racist. So you just want to see him get beat up on a little bit. Hey, you're going to get the job, but I want to see you get beat up on. I want to see this guy zing you. It's political theater. This is what my tax dollars are going for. I voted for him. Least he could do is beat up on you. I get that, but you have people generally being like, Cory Booker, this brave man, breaking precedent. Like, dude, the guy's getting approved. There's no way this guy's not getting approved. All these guys are getting approved. They got a Republican majority voting these fucking guys in. There's no incentive for them to not. You know what I mean? No incentive for them not. They got a Republican majority. That they're clearly scheduling it in a way that they want to just zoom these guys through. There's no real precedent for a major stopping of positions in cabinet. I'm not saying everyone that's ever been appointed makes it, but even when you got an opposing Congress, usually you can still get most of your dudes through. There's just no precedent. So Cory Booker and his bullshit isn't going to stop anything. You just know it. You know it. Again, you know he knows how to take a bump. Using that same logic you should use for wrestling, you should be like, oh, this is so. You know that Corey knows. Corey is a goddamn. He's in the government. Everything I just said, he knows times a million. Yet he's like, I have to. I would be remiss if I. He wants to be the guy that said something. He doesn't care that he said something. He doesn't think he's going to change anything. He wants to be the guy that said something. So he can then be like, next time he's making a stump speech for some bullshit, like, I'm the guy that stood up to blah. Clap, clap, clap. Support the troops. Clap, clap, clap. You know when I think you care? When you do something that has a chance to fucking matter. How often does that happen? Fucking zilch times. Fucking never. Ugh. They all do it. Fucking, I was thinking like Wendy Davis from Texas. And people think like, again, they get sucked into the story like idiots. Again, she was the one from Texas. There was that, I forget what her job was in government. I'm fucking dumb, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she was a state senator, I think she was, or some shit. Doesn't really matter. The point is, she was in the state government. The state government wanted to pass, it was like House Bill 2 or something, make abortions really hard to get, all these weird laws, and they fucking were going to close down like over half the abortion clinics in Texas. And she gets up there, 11-hour filibuster, and she ends the session. She took the whatever. I don't know. It's goofy laws from 300 years ago. We all have smartphones, and now we have session times and fucking bullshit and 11-hour meetings. Like we're all wearing powdered fucking wigs still. But anyway, so she talks for 11 hours, and all right, well, it's been 11 hours. It's whatever o'clock that we can't talk about this shit anymore, so they couldn't vote on the fucking shit, and she made it. She did it. Oh, guess what? Oh, they passed it in the next session. They just had another session, and unless she wants to talk until she fucking dies, fucking it's going to pass. Now, that law ended up getting struck down by the Supreme Court, but who is not the litigator in that case? Wendy Davis. She was not. I don't know. Maybe she was championing it, shit like that. I'm not trying to shit on her. I'm not saying that I'm pro fucking life or any of that shit. But do you see the point that what did Wendy Davis do soon fucking after the big press for her 11-hour filibuster to save women's rights? She's such a champion for women's rights. Oh, this great person. What did she do almost immediately after? Oh my God, what a shock. She ran for governor. Oh no, what a surprise. I stood up to them for 11 hours, and I will stand up for you for 2 years. Like, you could write that. Like, it took me no use of any of my brain power to just come up with that. And I guarantee you, if she said shit like that out of her mouth, as dumb as it sounds, people are losing their goddamn mind at the fucking rally. It's such nonsense. So, I mean, again, if you think wrestling fucking storytelling is silly, if you think that's the thing, those promos get made fun of all the time. You, Undertaker, I'll see you Saturday night at the Allstate Arena, and I'm gonna. If you think that shit is silly, you gotta listen to the way I stood for 11 hours. And for 2 years in Congress, if you elect me, I will stand, and I will stand 2 more and 2 more. Every time I'm elected, I will stand. I will stand for you, the citizens of this. Yeah. It's real to me, damn it. You know what I mean? Use the same part of your brain that calls out bullshit on shit that doesn't matter to shit that does matter. Why are you so willing to call out bullshit on shit that someone just likes wrestling? You don't even like wrestling. You don't ever watch wrestling. But you want to just ruin his day with your fucking logic. Yet you have someone in a position of power that affects your life, and you can't apply the same logic when it's something you actually care about that matters to you. I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. Like I said, I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm not saying in the end it's great that she supports that. I support those things too. Good for her supporting that in her heart if she does. Which she probably does because she could have been a Republican. She obviously picked probably a side that she aligned more with. So good for her. I'm not saying she's awful. I'm just saying that if you think that it's genuine, if you think anything in the political process is genuine, you're crazy. Again, both sides of the aisle. Let's show some fairness out there. Ted Cruz, another 21-hour filibuster or some shit. Reading Green Eggs and Ham because he wanted to stop a vote on Obamacare or get a vote on Obama. It was something Obamacare related. What happened the next day? They did the thing they were going to do that day. They just had to wait a day. It did nothing. It did nothing. Then what happened a short time later? I'm going to run for president. What a shock. What? You mean you? It's really convenient that when you stood up for your principles based on nothing but that, you got an astounding amount of television coverage, touting your name and touting you as a great person right before you want to run for a major elected vote. That's crazy how that worked out. It's so lucky that you got all that coverage right before you wanted to be president. That's crazy. Man, just can't plan stuff like that. Sometimes it just works out, right? Come on, dummies. You're better than that. You're better than that because you're better than me. I figured it out.